What do you say to those people who think they're segmenting?
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to say. Can I say? Can I talk? So, if you're already using segmentation, it's likely that you, the team, or the agency that built the segmentation is showing great success with it. And for a good reason, because compared to not segmenting at all, like you writing an email to everyone on your mailing list, and then you write an email only to the people who showed engagement on the site, that makes a huge difference. So these are easy wins. You can improve your conversion rates by 100, 150, 50, 200% already by using simple rules like that. Why? Because obviously it makes a big difference who you write to. The users are going to have different behavior. They're going to be, the one is interested in this kind of language, the other one into this kind of language. This can help a lot in understanding your users and formulating pages that work better. But it's important to remember that all these crutches are just crutches. You know, it's just a theory of reality. It's not actually reality. There isn't actually a dominant user type out there. Just as there isn't actually that persona that you think of, the 35-year-old dad. He doesn't exist. Another example is the user life cycle. People don't go through a user life cycle. You might try to put them all neatly into a box and say people first search, then they look, then they do this, and then they do that. But individual people have very individually different behavior, and people are fundamentally unpredictable unless you look at them very, very finely grained.
The problem with rules is that they have hard boundaries, right? So either this rule applies to you or it does not. And there is no gray zone in between. And machine learning enables you to get soft boundaries. So you cannot only say, as you work with probabilities, right, you don't have only yes or no, you have probably, more probably, very probable. So this gives you a way more granular segmentation of your users than you would have by using simple rules. And then the other thing is that rules built by people tend to be biased on some analyst's opinion or some team's opinion. Machine learning just completely eliminates that because it will just look at everything and then try to figure out the best patterns from all of it.
And there's a big jump though. The one has a nicely explainable crutch. You know? And the other one, the next step in the evolution with machine learning, doesn't necessarily have that crutch anymore. Often people call it a black box, you know, because it's really hard to explain what's going on inside. And that's because there's so many patterns and so many small patterns that it would take forever to explain. It's similar to human intuition, you know. We can judge other people intuitively, but we would never be able to formalize this in a rule on paper. So what would I say if you say you already have segmentation? Yes, that's great. And machine learning is just that and more. Yeah. Because machine learning is also just segmentation, but instead of basing it on a crutch, you're basing it on the data directly. And instead of having a few rules, you have thousands of rules. And these two things combined give you another huge lift in conversion, similar to the one that you might have experienced from going no targeting to tag-based, segment-based, lifecycle-based targeting.